For me, I love wings. What do you do during a game? What does Michele Kang do? Is it champagne? How you living?
You know, actually during the games, especially in our suites and the stadium, a lot of people come up and talk, but I'm like, no, leave me alone. I want to focus on the game.
Businesswoman Michele Kang has invested millions in women's sports to help create opportunities for women and girls across the globe. Ooh. Her latest investment is a historic $30 million gift to U.S. soccer, a pledge with the power to transform soccer for women and girls in America. And for more on this historic gift and her efforts to advance women's sports, we are so honored to have Michele Kang join us herself. Michele, welcome to Morning Footy. How are you doing this morning?
Great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it is such an honor, and I just want to thank you for this extraordinary donation. You have been such a supporter and advocate for women's sports and such a leader in that area. I'm just curious to know, what is your ultimate vision? What are your hopes for this donation and what it can do to further women's sports?
Yeah, the ultimate goal is to make women's sports, especially women's soccer in this case, one of the most competitive, thrilling, and entertaining sports product, while we provide incredible career path and opportunities for young girls and women. And I think we have invested heavily in the last couple of years at the professional level, the league NWSL. Almost 2/3 of our owners are brand new, coming into this league with a passion, with a business acumen and resources to invest in and take this sport to the next level. So I'm really fortunate to be part of this community. But this donation was about accelerating that trend and development. While it's great that we have this professional level now on its incredible growth trajectory, we have to now pay attention to all the rest of critical ecosystem, the other part of the pyramid in the system, to make sure that this momentum is long lasting, and we're going to continue to develop and excel even further.
Michele Kang, it's an absolute honor to get to speak with you. You are, and I say this, you are an absolute badass. You are just the best. But the reason I admire you so much is because we've talked a lot since really, I think really around the time that you got involved in investing in women's soccer, is that women's soccer is not a charity. It is an absolute business and a thriving business. And U.S. Soccer is a nonprofit, and you making this investment, as you talked about, accelerates it. Why make this donation now?
As I said, I think that in the last couple of years, we made incredible stride in developing the professional level, the teams, the purpose-built, dedicated women's stadium, dedicated training centers. The viewerships are doubling, the attendance are doubling, tripling. But to maintain this momentum, we now have to invest in the very early stage of this ecosystem, which is youth, right? They are the future stars, and they are the ones who are going to make this product incredibly exciting and thrilling for our fans. And those, the talent from very early age, we need to identify, we need to track, we need to develop, we need to mentor. And then for that to happen, we need coaches. We need talented and well-trained coaches. We need referees who are going to monitor the games and so forth. And without those resources, this sport cannot continue. So technically, yes, U.S. Soccer is a nonprofit organization, but they're the ones who are in charge of developing this youth and the referees and coaches, and which will be the fuel to the professional league and so forth. So this is an entire ecosystem, and there are so many stakeholders, and we all need to work together to make sure that we put the right investment in the right places to make this product really incredible and thrilling for our fans.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I need you to analyze my life, Michele Kang.
Yeah, it's like she knows what she's talking about, right?
Yeah, for real.
Well, Michele, we said it. I mean, you've been a champion for women's sports for a long time. This isn't the first big donation you made. You contributed to women's rugby earlier this summer. But I'm just curious, what is the genesis of your connection with sports, and why is it important to you?
Well, I'm an immigrant to this country, and I feel very grateful that this country has given me an opportunity to pursue and achieve my dream. And there are so many young girls and women whose passions are playing soccer and playing, the game for the country, for the teams. And I want to make sure, and I want to give back whatever I can to help those young girls and women in this country and around the world to have a shot at achieving their dreams. And soccer happens to be where my passion is right now, and I want to do everything I can to provide that environment so that they can go for and pursue their dreams.
Yeah, in fact, you're talking about this donation and what the investment will help. It's not just on the pitch. You're also helping with the coaching staff, and this money will go towards creating more referees. In fact, 10,000 more in full technical staffs. Why is that so important as well?
Yeah, as I said, I mean, if you think about right now, even the professional league, we want to expand. We want to give more opportunities to our more players. But without the coaches, without the technical staffs, and without the referees, we don't want to undermine the quality that we are establishing. And we want to make sure that not only we bring the players and teams along, but all the rest of the ingredients, right? The coaches, the technical staff, and the referees, they need to come along. This is not just one area that can be developed. That all those components need to be. So we're actually doubling the coaches, especially female coaches, female referees, and through the state-of-the-art tracking system, we are going to track about 100,000 female players, young girls, and the coaches and so forth, so that we have a reservoir of not only the players, but the coaches and the referees, especially female staff moving forward.
Wow.
And all of this just speaks to the incredible growth of the game that we've seen in this country, specifically, as you mentioned, on the women's side. From your perspective as an owner of multiple clubs, what has that growth looked like? Where have you seen it evolve the most in recent years?
I mean, I think that if you can watch sort of how the game has evolved. I mean, the Washington Spirit just went through the playoffs, a quarterfinal and semifinal. Back-to-back sold out. In fact, right after the quarterfinal, we sold something like 7,000 tickets instantly. I mean, that tells volume about how excited our fans are and the reach this game has through our incredible athleticisms of our players and just thrilling, the drama. You have everything in our women's game. And I think it's about also fan experience, not just only the 90 minutes of incredible the game, but also before the game, after the game, engagement with our players, engagement with our coaching staff, as you just saw our coach on the screen. So it is a total experience, total fan engagement. And I think all of us, the teams, have been investing very heavily in the last couple of years. And it's just the beginning, a lot more to come. And I think it's really bringing more and more fans to the stadium and to the computer screen and the TV screen to get engaged in this most exciting game.
In fact, speaking of investments, you made a massive investment in the Washington Spirit, bringing in head coach Jonathan Giraldez from Barcelona. Talk to me a little bit about what that negotiation was like. What did you have to do to get him to move from Barcelona to Washington Spirit?
I first had to fly to Barcelona.
Oh, real tough.
I spent 6 hours in Barcelona with actually my general manager and others. And we started from the vision. We started from day-to-day operations. And we started how we can do this together and why somebody like Jonah, who's already so established and so successful, should come to the U.S. and very different and no family and all that. And it was a very long process. It took several months, but it took visits and it took sharing and debating the vision and the future of women's sports. And I'm just very grateful that he took the plunge. He had faith in us, not only just me, but the club and the NWSL and the U.S. women's game.
It's paid off because the Washington Spirit are going to be playing in the NWSL championship game against Orlando Pride this weekend, which we are so very excited for. I can only imagine how you feel about it. What is that match day experience going to look like for Michele Kang, though?
My God, I tell my players that I have only one heart, so they can go a little easy, not 120 minutes and penalty kicks, but maybe we can score a little early. But I'm going to be so proud of our players. I'm going to be so proud of our staff who made the team to travel this far to be at the final game. And I think it's even more historic and it's even more meaningful that we're going to be playing this final game at the world's first dedicated, purpose-built, dedicated women's stadium in Kansas City. And I think you can't get any better, right? So all the elements that we worked so far to promote the women's football, it's all going to be there. So I'm going to just, take it in and enjoy every moment and, of course, support our players and staff.
Now, for big games like that, and I'm not an owner of anything, I barely even, I rent. You know what I mean? I got nothing. I got a couch. But for me, I love wings. What do you do during a game? What does Michele Kang do? Is it champagne? How you living?
Actually, during the games, especially in our suites and the stadium, a lot of people come up and talk, but I'm like, no, leave me alone. I want to focus on the game. I want to watch every minute of the game. I want to support and send positive energy and all that. But it is pretty exciting. At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. Every minute, every second that our players, staff, fans put their hearts into, that's going to happen, and that's going to be decided in this last 90 minutes of this game. So I'm so looking forward to it, and I'm going to totally engage and enjoy the every minute of it.
Okay,
and
leave Michele Kang alone.
Maybe a little champagne if they win.
A little champagne.
A little celebratory.
Once we win it, yes,
there
absolutely.
You go.
With everyone. With everyone, yes. Yes.
Well, Michele Kang, truly, again, I'll say it, it is such an honor to have you on Morning Footy today. Thank you for this incredible donation. Thank you for all you've done and continue to do for women's sports. And enjoy the match this weekend.